Welcome back, folks, to another episode of Pardon the Brickruption. I'm Mel. That's Corey. How you doing, man?
Doing good. Doing good, Black Panther, kind of forever. Saw that. Got
Right.
emotional, you
Mm-hmm.
know. Ever since
Yeah.
then, I've been feeling good, man. Had a
Okay.
great time. Did this workshop last week. Went to
Yeah.
Brickfest Live, man.
Okay.
Did it at Brickfest Live. I've been pitching the idea to a few people, and but
Uh-huh.
some convention is they didn't bite. They didn't really
Okay.
bite. But Brickfest, they said, yeah, we'll give it a chance. And great turnout, great reaction. So hopefully I can roll it out to some more conventions. So we'll see. We'll see.
Was it worth your time?
It was, it
Okay.
was, it was very well managed. They set aside a nice spot for me to do my thing.
Mm-hmm.
I worked closely with the coordinator to kind of get everything in motion. I
Okay.
had about, I want to say, let me see, it was nine. I would say maybe 90 families
Mm-hmm.
over the weekend because it was 9 tables set up. I did something every hour and a half, so like about like 5 sessions per day. So it
Okay.
was really good. It was really good. I had a great time.
Good deal, man. Good deal. If it's worth your time, then it was worth it.
It was. It was. And I think we had a good time doing it.
All right. First up,
Yep.
clicks. And not the ones you make with your bricks. Are they good or bad for the Lego community?
Yes and no. Depends on the click. There are some clicks that uplift certain people in the Lego community that has been forgotten,
Mm-hmm.
marginalized. You have some groups, some user groups that are not official in the land, like Facebook groups
Mm-hmm.
may come in and they're lifting up Asian Americans or African Americans or women. Women's Initiative is a great click to be a part of because they are raising up the women in the Lego community. At the
Mm-hmm.
same time, you have clicks that are I don't like to say old money, but
Mm-hmm.
it's in that same type of reality of old money. Like, oh, because you've been doing it for so many years, you
Mm-hmm.
know, if you come into our clique, then you're part of the Lego community. If you came in another way or a different way, you're not part of the Lego community. So,
Okay.
it could be terrible at times.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I'm on the fence on this one. It could be good, it could be bad. It depends on who's your company, and you're about probably as good as the company you keep.
Yeah.
Um, I've seen some of the women initiative or social agenda initiative, and I find that out to be a double-edged sword because then you run out of things to talk about, and then somebody you talking about somebody slipping in your DMs and all this other crazy stuff that's not Lego related. So I've seen that. I've been around and seen stuff like that happen. And on the end, it's just like you said, some of the old clicks, like which turns into lugs, and they start out with maybe a group of 5 friends, and they turn out to be a lug, and they're this whole movement, and you cannot get in with that group. And
Mhm.
chances are that you might see them in a Lego convention, and none of them speak to you. That's a possibility, and so that's bad for the culture. I get it, and pardon my interruption, friend, is that I'll have a clip right by Jesse and Troy, and this year I've been doing a lot of shows with Jesse and Troy because that's my clique, those are my friends. But however, we picked up another, which was Larry, and we're inviting extra people. We're inviting so many other people into our circle where it's not bad for the community, but good for the community because it becomes your clique becomes a community and not a clique.
I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Are Lego Masters a clique? Are we a clique?
I think so, and I'll tell you why.
Mm.
I've seen outside of the general public because, like, if as a Lego master you go to a show and you're part of the attraction, other than talking to the general public, you guys kind of migrate to yourselves and you go eat lunch or dinner with yourselves. You go out and hang out at the hangout after spot with yourselves. You notice I'm saying with yourselves, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
you saw me break away from that, right?
Yeah.
And let's keep it real. Like that's why I was like, yeah, when you was a kid, man, we gonna eat. We all gonna go eat. Nah, I'm good. I like my feet down here on the soil. I get it. At a certain point when you reach a pinnacle or something, you reach a higher echelon or something like that. But man, look, I'm the people's champion, bro. I love the people, and that's why I declined that lunch, bro. But yeah, to answer your question, yeah, I think that the Lego Masters contestants, you become a clique
Mm-hmm.
because you form that bond, but you have the choice to either break away from that good clique and a bad clique. Which one is going to be? If you let nobody in, I think you're probably pretty bad for the culture.
Okay. I would say I would say this in response
Mm-hmm.
to what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
So you said that you have friends, you have like a circle already,
Mm-hmm.
and in some respect, you had that circle before you had before Lego Masters. Am,
Mm-hmm.
am I right in that? So
Yeah, but not that circle. I had a
okay,
different circle. So,
different circle.
yep.
So like a person like myself,
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any circles outside of Lego Masters. Like Lego
Right.
Masters is what brought me to conventions because I'm from Jersey. We only had one convention that really came to Jersey, and not a lot of people were really there from the times I went. So I didn't have a kind of like a like kind of like something that I could say, all right, well, I was a part of this before Lego Masters, so I could always come back to that. Lego Masters has always been like kind of like the clique that I've been a part of. So now
Mm-hmm.
there's other Lego Masters that have cliques before Lego
Mm-hmm.
Masters, and I've seen them. They spend the time with Lego Masters, then they go back to where they've been with and they're comfortable with and stuff like that. And I don't have no problem with that. But in some ways, Lego Masters is a clique, but in other ways, this is all that we really got.
Mm-hmm.
So is that
Lies. You got more than that. Lies. Lies. Social media, the AFOL, and Lego.
mm. um I think since season one of Lego Masters, and then the sequential seasons from the series from the different countries, I think because of that, social media for the Lego community has exploded.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm trying to go back and remember if social media was a big deal back in 2019 before our season hit. Like I'm trying to remember if it was like you know, as big as it is now, like we have influencers now, right?
It
We have
was.
those who get the Lego sets and they're showcasing the Lego sets before they come out,
Yeah, it was. It was big. It was pretty big because you had Jang. Jang was the number one Lego YouTuber.
Okay, okay. So there was a community, a social media community. Okay.
Yep.
So well, for me, like I said, like before Lego Masters, I was like kind of on the outskirts of that community. I posted stuff about Lego, but nobody really followed me like that. So I was like, okay. I didn't know if there was really a community out there, but I think now in 2022, because of the shows, because of influencers, because of TikTok influencers, Twitch
Mhm.
influencers, the social media has exploded when it
Right.
comes to Lego, and I think Lego is starting to catch wind to that, and they're
Mhm.
trying to ride that wave. And that's what you got to do as a business. You gotta go to where the people are. So
Yeah, much agreed. I think that was it. One doesn't have anything to do with the other, but Lego Masters is doing the same. I think that you kind of have to evolve with the times, with social media. That's the thing. So that's like in a form of sort of like a free advertisement. You don't have to pay for a billboard, but people become your billboards. So then you got the social media moguls that'll join the LAN, which is the Lego Ambassadors Network, right?
mhm.
And they get the opportunity to display some sets that haven't been released yet and give their thoughts on it. But not only that, it becomes an advertisement tool for Lego, but it also becomes your a pre-test before they actually hit the market, right? So you kind of see what the consumer thinks about the product before they even hit the market. So I think that the social media and the AFOL plays a big role with with Lego now, because they are flocking to a lot of AFOs that are in social media. And they just picked up a new freshman class in the land, I should say.
Okay, there you go. I mean, at the end of the day, you said it perfectly. Instead of paying for billboards and stuff like that, and commercials on TV,
Mm-hmm.
social media is where you get a lot of your information. A lot of people get their information from social media,
Mm-hmm.
so that's where you want to advertise. You advertise your stuff on social media. Use, I wouldn't say use, but utilize the talent that are out there that can talk about the brand, that can talk about your Lego stuff. Me personally, I don't want to see nobody talk about some Lego set and I've never seen them put two pieces of bricks together. Because sometimes you have that. You have actors who are playing a role, and I guess because of Lego is such a purist type of hobby, you want to be
Mm-hmm.
careful with that. So, but I think
I'll ask you this, friend, because we got 1 minute left into this segment. But
uh-huh.
um, with your creative outlet, which is your social media, do you feel like maybe if you become monetized or if you become part of the land, do you feel like there's a chokehold on you? Or do you feel like your creative content will have a chokehold on it?
um, yes and no. Yes, meaning once you become part of the land, you are an ambassador for Lego.
Mm-hmm.
So the philosophy that Lego stands for and the philosophies that Lego has as their bedrock has to kind of become your philosophies. You have to, kind of agree with it, I believe. But at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, if everybody had the same philosophy and everybody did exactly what Lego asked them to do, then you
Mm-hmm.
would have a bunch of content creators creating the same as that content. And that's not the case because you are not going to appeal to a demographic that doesn't connect with you and vice versa. So that's what I believe.
Very true, very true. Yeah, it's a 50-50. It's a 50-50.
That's
Some that went on to continue to express their creativity found themselves apart in ways because they probably created the wrong thing for the or said the wrong thing for whatever they put out there. So
right.
it's a 50-50. It is you can play with words, you can write your story any way you wish. You just got to be creative on how you write it.
There you go.
So, friends line. Are there more black and browns on the friends line? Did you got enough Afro puffs in the friend line and the Afro pics? What do you think?
um, let me start off by saying this. I believe that the new friends line, is a step forward
Mm-hmm.
for Lego. I think because of a lot of things that has been said because of social media. A lot more people are being more vocal with the things that they do not like about Lego, the things that they wish Lego would do better in. And I think because of that, Lego is starting to catch ear to that. And,
Mm-hmm.
every company wants to be able to appease their fan base. And I think by kind of changing Friends and making it more inclusive is doing that. I think you're giving children, especially young females who initially Friends line was to gear towards them. You're
Right.
giving them even more inclusivity.
Mm-hmm.
I remember we spoke about this before, how uh, or maybe it wasn't you, but the Friends line. I just want my Friends line to be friends and just be towards girls. So now, if you have boys into it, then it's no longer just a girls thing. Is now for everybody. So what makes that different from any other Lego set? So
Right.
I think this is a good direction that they're going
Mm-hmm.
because we live in a world where people identify differently than how we used to understand what identity is when we were growing up.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you have to evolve. So, and that's what Lego is trying to do.
Yeah, I see the different types of shades that are happening with the friends lines and stuff like that. And and that's good. Like once upon a time, I think one of the first girl toys was a Barbie, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Barbie was predominantly white. Everything, her neighbors were white, her boyfriend Ken is white. So and they just had like little white accessories as well too. right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, and so you get to a point where that little black girl is in the store and it's Christmas time and they want a Barbie, but mom ain't having it, like, cause or mom will go ahead and indulge in it and go ahead and go get the Barbie for the kid. So at a certain point, that girl looks at that Barbie and realize, like, man, how can I look like Barbie? And you're messing with the little girl's self-confidence because her hair ain't like this doll, her
Mm-hmm.
eyes, the nose, the body shape, the whole shebang. And I'm talking about back in the 1970s and the 80s, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what did they do? Mattel got smart and figure out, all right, so we got to change the shade of Barbie. We got to, change the lifestyle of Barbie. And at a certain point, it becomes more modernized to today, right? And so now you can pick up a Barbie and it looks like your daughter, like, your daughter can really relate to, or your son can relate to a Barbie, now. And so it's come a long way, but you're talking about almost 50 years of evolution rolling through. Why does it take so long? Whereas I think that, Lego has been around for every child. And
Mm-hmm.
that's why, like, the minifigures were yellow because, they
Yep.
represented all the people. But of course, adults put their hands in things in a toy, and now the toy is not fun no more because as adults we got to be politically correct, so we mess up a dream as an adult, right? They
Yeah.
messed up football. Adults messed up basketball because then they put all these rules in it, and it's no longer fun anymore, right?
Right. Right.
Um, and so that's what happens here. And like I said to you on the last one, is that I hope that I love the changes. I love it. But I just hope that they don't change so much that you don't look like what you used to look like. You look like something else.
Right. Mm-hmm. And I and I think it kind of speaks to how society always changes. So like
Mm-hmm.
look at America, for example, like with voting rights. Look how long it took for for black people to get rights to vote,
Mm-hmm.
for women to get the rights to vote.
Mm-hmm.
These things that you would think will be like an instant thing. It took years, decades for that to happen. And I think Lego is going through that. And I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Because what you started with, you don't want to lose that identity,
Right.
because once you lose that identity, you just become the same as everything else, and then it's no longer fun for some people. So
I think the impact happens when it's not so much about the toys, but more about who you got designing and who you got promoting this thing. If they
right,
look like me and you, to me, that's inclusive
right.
because you that's real inclusion at that point. Not so much the product, but the people who help you develop the product.
Well said.
Right. Lego ideas. Is it too hard to obtain? And have you tried it?
This is perfect because I did this today. So I have a Sony camera that's in my that's over there in my station. I have the
Mm-hmm.
Sony camera that I built as a commission,
Mm-hmm.
and I loved how it turned out, to the point where I built another one for myself. And I brought it to a few shows to display.
Mm-hmm.
Seattle was the first show that I almost won a one of the awards for, like, in the section of realism.
Mm-hmm.
Like it would have won, but I didn't go through the proper channels to register it, and that
Okay.
and that's my fault. But I really love the reaction that people are taking to it. So I said, you know what? Let me put this in as an idea.
Okay.
Beginning of this month, I did everything that it told me to do.
Mm-hmm.
Write a description, what's the title, post pictures. I did all that stuff. A couple of days later, they sent back a rejection. They said something was wrong with the photos you took. They didn't come out right. May want to go back and check it again. I said,
Mm-hmm.
cool. I did that. I went back upstairs. I got my lighting kit. I got my camera out. Started taking some good shots and everything like that. I edited a
Mm-hmm.
little bit, make sure it's nice and crisp. Put it up again. Then I got another message. It's too the I don't know, the pixel count is too large. We need something. I'm like, okay. So instead of doing it on my desktop, I did it for my phone.
Okay.
I took pictures from my phone, took good clean shots, did the same thing, did it from my phone. It accepted it. So I had to go through a couple of hoops, and even then, it says pending approval. So now this has to go to the team, and the team, they have to look at your build and make sure the following: one, there's not an IP on it. Two, is not part of any licensing deal that they already have in progress. Because I've had 2 rejections because they already have a licensing deal set up, and what I built was too close to what they already have licensed out to their designers and stuff like that.
Okay.
And then the third thing is that once you get past that hurdle, then you have to let the public decide if they want to see that as a set. You got to get to 10,000 people, 10,000 supporters, and that's just for the first round. Once you get through 10,000 supporters, you got to go through another round and get more supporters, and then after that, then it gets sent over to the higher ups, and even then, it's you against however many they have selected.
Right.
And whoever fits whatever image they're trying to do at the time, we want you to be that set. We want you to be that set. We want you to be that set. We're not quite ready for you yet, so we're going to put you on the shelves, and we'll come back to you in a few years. So it's a lot. It's a lot to get it out there.
I never knew that because I never really went through the steps. I never had something I wanted to share like that, but that is true. It sounds like they run you through the gauntlet of all that legal stuff and all the crowd support and everything like that too. And so, but the moral of the story is don't quit your day job. Don't try to make it out of career. Our friend Jake Sadovich had about a couple models, like 2 models that actually made it. And he had some banger stuff that didn't make it, but probably should have, but they just didn't make it, you know. Our friend Boone, he had a couple ideas that shot off there and didn't go through. But I think it is a little bit tough to obtain, but Lego did come out, you know, because it's the ultimate takeover, right? They took over Bricklink, so now you know what when they tell you no, when Lego tell you no, it gets sent to Bricklink, and then you can actually still have your product boxed and still sold, you know, to your peers and stuff like that, because Bricklink will pick it up and you go through Bricklink support designer program.
And you know that's a great runner-up prize, so to speak, because it doesn't mean that it's a no-go for you. It's just not right now. I was going to say, you mentioned Boone. Boone did the same process, and he just said, you know what? Never mind this. I'll just go work for Lego. So now he's a senior designer now. You know. So he could still, if he really wanted to, and if that was really a passion for him, if he works there long enough, he could probably just go ahead and get his set built, you know?
If you can't beat them, join them. That's what my grandfather always said.
There you go.
All right. Next up, independent, unofficial brick brands like Brickmania, Eclipse Graphics, Citizen Bricks. They use Lego products to print on and to make other builds that Lego don't make. How do you feel about that?
I feel like we're blowing the whistle right now on them. It's very interesting because Lego is so careful and so protective of their brand that you have other brands that have been out. Let's use Brickmania as an example. They do a lot of military stuff. Lego has said for a long time they will never build a military style set. You'll have a police set. You will have sets from like planes from like world wars and stuff like that. But you will never see a set where they show combat and stuff like that, or weapons of combat.
Right.
And Brickmania, that's all they do.
Yeah.
Right. And you know, I would think that Lego knows about Brickmania, and Lego could have crushed that if they wanted to.
Right.
But there is a huge demographic that like that, that
Yeah.
want that.
Ah.
And I think I don't know for sure. And this
Uh-huh.
is just my conspiracy cap on. But I think Lego got a piece of that
Mm-hmm.
unofficially. I
Okay.
think maybe they support them with the bricks. I think they
Mm-hmm.
support them with the pieces,
Uh-huh.
and they say, "Hey, we'll support this. We want to cut off the top of your revenue, and
Uh-huh.
we'll keep you going." Because Lego has shut down Etsy stores. People who have Etsy stores that are making like $200-300 a month off of selling Lego, and they
Right.
shut that down.
Uh-huh.
So I find it hard to believe that a brand such as a big as Brickmania has
Uh-huh.
not been tapped on the shoulder by Lego.
I'm gonna tell you something. You're knocking on the door, but they
Mhm.
won't let you in. See,
Oh
you
yeah.
were on it, and it was a lot of speculation, but you were on it, but you were knocking, but you didn't walk through the door.
Mm.
What Lego owns is Bricklink, and Brickmania 100% invest in Bricklink because that's where they get their pieces from. So
Okay.
what happens is that when you buy and sell Bricklink, pieces on Bricklink get a piece of that, man. They get a piece of that from the sellers. Like, you got to pay fees and stuff like that. You got the you so that goes into Lego's pocket. So you were knocking on the door, but
Mm.
Bricklink wouldn't let you in. So you're right about that. So um,
Wow. Mm.
and so like and I'm sure the five wise men had talked to Daniel and Bricklin. I mean Brickmania, Daniel and Brickmania,
Hmm.
and they probably came to terms.
Right.
I doubt there was any money in part because at that point you're shaking somebody down. But I think he had to stay clear of some stuff and to keep his business rolling. And
Makes sense.
so it's lucrative for both because like you said it's a movement. That military Lego thing is a movement because they even have themes of that in at Lego conventions.
Hmm. Very true.
Yep. So I mean like will they put a halt to Brickmania? That would be a sad day, my friend. A very
Mm.
sad day.
But you know what too? So I saw this on social media today, where a guy, he's looking for um, fake Lego. So
Mm-hmm.
there are some Marvel Lego sets, or not Lego, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
They're from other countries, and I'm looking at the sets, and I'm like, wait a minute, when did this come out? When is this coming out? And I'm like, I'm trying to scroll, I'm trying to look for it, and I'm looking at the tag. I'm like, wait a minute, that's not a Lego. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, you know what? I want it.
Right.
That looks good. That looks
Yeah, of course.
really good.
Let me tell you, like Mega Constructs came out with the Castle of Grayskull, bro. Don't you know I pre-ordered that thing long ago, and I had that set for about almost 2 years now. It looks
Uh,
great. Like I'm a Lego fan, but there's certain things that Lego don't make and stuff like that. It's awesome. Yeah, the feel, the touch of feel. It's not Lego, but it's a Castle Grayskull that's brick buildable, right?
hmm hmm And that's the thing. They won't touch it, but one day they'll own it.
Yeah, they'll own it. They crush Leppin, they crush all the Etsy stores. If they feel like you're an opposition, they're gonna crush you because they're protecting their investment. So I mean, if you was Mr. Roper and you own half of Monopoly, you'd be protecting your investment too.
Very true.
It's all about the Benjamins, baby. Give me that dough. Give me
Good.
that dough. All right. Time for brick it or break it. You bricking or you breaking? We'll find out here. Let's fire it up. All right. Last week, Lego Masters, the bottom two fake out. How you feel?
I'm breaking it. I'm breaking it. I did not like that whatsoever. It kind of, you want to live in this world where you don't have to worry about stuff, and that made me question a lot of things.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I'm breaking it, man. You got Nick, who's probably the front runner of the show. You got awesome builders, but Nick is definitely the front runner of the show. To put
right.
him down in the bottom and not vote anybody off, I think that's just prefabricated.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So next up, you got the Eiffel Tower at 4 feet tall. You're breaking it. You're breaking it.
Man, I'm breaking it. Lego already came out with two different Eiffel Towers, maybe three Eiffel Towers already.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure who this is for.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a large set. It's like what $700 or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Who is this for? I don't know.
It's for the Titanic lovers, friend. The Titanic lovers. You know, you got the
Oh,
Titanic lovers that was about that amount, and then now you got this tall tower that's probably about the same size but vertical and not horizontal. And I think that this was just probably a revisit because the building techniques are getting better and the pieces are getting better. All
yep.
right. Icons, Atari is already $45 off. Is it on a decline? You bricking or breaking?
I'm gonna brick it. I don't think it's on a decline. I think you want to make adjustments for the holiday season. People want to spend more. People want to use their money, so you just want to reel people in. So maybe you come off of some of the prices a little bit, reel people in, and when the holiday season is done and that's done, you shoot the price back up.
All right, all right. I'm bricking it. I think the holiday rush is something, but on the end, it's probably slowing up the daggone shelves where they're not moving anymore. It was a hot item from the start, and maybe it's slowing down. $50 off around Christmas. Maybe you get that stuff off the shelf and put something else on there. Maybe a Sega Genesis. All right. Lego Marvel Black Panther, the bus. That's you. $60 off. Is that set in trouble? You bricking or breaking?
I'm breaking it. I think we had something to do with that. I'm gonna go ahead and pat myself on the back. I feel as though that we had something to do with it. I think that Lego heard us loud and clear, and I think that what they did is that they come up off that price and to see if it's going to move some more units. I don't think nothing's wrong with the set or any jeopardy. I think they heard us loud and clear.
Well said, my friend. Well said. Well said. Legoland, you can now change your name, your nickname. Are you feeling invested on this one? Bricking or breaking?
I'm breaking it again. My name is Rich Tricky Cat. That's the name they gave me. I'm like, what is this? So yeah, I'm happy that I could have an identity that's more in line with my brand. So I'm very happy about that. I think that's a good change, a well needed change, and I'm looking forward to more changes.
Absolutely. I'm definitely bricking this one here. And I don't brick too many, but I brick this one here because now you become invested in that platform because now you have a say so I would probably stay a lot longer than I would if my name was, I don't know, Rich Fat Cat, because I'm not. All right. Lego Super Mario sets, the character packs, are you bricking or breaking them? They just get ready to come out.
I don't know. I'm breaking it. I think Super Mario is a little getting kind of tired of it. I love Super Mario, but I think it's a little overdone. I think we should give Super Mario let it breathe a little bit. Let's start getting some new characters in. Let's start getting some new characters and seeing some new things. So I'm breaking it.
Breaking it? Yeah, I'm breaking it too. I think you could kind of overexpose the set, right?
Yes.
Ja Rule suffered from it big time and never recovered. Overexposure. Drama for your mama in the Lego community. Does the Lego community really want drama, or is it just a facade?
I'm gonna break it because, well, you know what? Based on your question, does the Lego community want drama? I'm gonna break it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna break it. There are some people who like drama,
Mm-hmm.
and that's in any community. Doesn't matter which community. And the louder the horn, the more drama is surrounding that horn.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I think the Lego community definitely have a lot of jokers in it. A lot of people that are in there for the wrong reasons, and it's hard to flush that out because they connected to people who are considered to be the top of the community. So what to do?
Yeah, I'm definitely breaking it, man. I don't think the Lego community is built for the drama, because the drama end up becoming everything else except for Lego, friend. Everything else except for Lego. At the end of the day, I think we are people, and people have problems and issues. But the moment that you take a left and stop talking about Lego on your Lego channel, and you're talking about everything else, it's drama that the Lego community don't need. You said uplift a community, not tear one down, right?
That's true.
Yeah. All right. So what you doing this week?
Oh man, I'm going to West Palm Beach tomorrow. Actually, taking the family out there. Because of my Lego journey, I got gifted to stay at one of my students' Airbnb. Her parents, they gifted it to me because of all the work that I've been doing with their kids. They've seen a change in their attitude. They've seen a change in their social skills. Because my classes, I really try to engage them in their social development, helping them to talk, helping them to communicate with me when it comes to using Lego to tell their story. They're very excited about that, and the parents, they're appreciative. So they've gifted me with a weekend out there. So I'm going to be enjoying that time off. I don't plan to do any Legoing. I just want to just hang out with my family and just kick it. So hopefully that's what I'm going to do.
Oh, well deserved, friend. Well deserved. You are definitely the hardest working man in showbiz here, man. And so I just, don't go down there, come back, and not be hungry.
Listen, I'm going to be starving these next 2 days, but you already know once I get back up here, it's a holiday season, so I'm going to be working.
Oh yeah, you got to be working, man. I just took on another role myself. I'd be remiss or like not telling, not being real with the audience if I didn't say I am a part of the land now. It's 5 years in the making. 5 years in the making. However, I am tasked to still tell the truth. Like I'm still tell the truth and how I feel, but tactfully, and not to dismiss any parties, not my community, not the Lego company, so I'm walking that thin line, but I'm gonna be on that line of truth and not the fake stuff or the facade stuff, so I'm not a reviewer, friend. I'm not a set reviewer, but I'll speak the truth about if I like a set and if I don't, and what I like about it and what I didn't. And I think that if that all comes through clearly, then I might be successful.
I believe so. I followed in your footsteps. I put my application in, and I'm just waiting to hear a response. But I think I think being a part of the land kind of gives a different opportunity to a lot of builders such as us, that we can be ourselves, that we do not have to put on a facade, that we can speak the truth about sets, but also in a way that it is to uplift and is a way to educate. So I think that this is a real opportunity, and a lot of us are doing some great things. And 2023 is going to be looking like a really good year for a lot of us. And I just hope that we keep the momentum going. We keep the pressure on, so to speak. And we don't lose sight of the overall mission and goal. And that is to uplift our community. Like, we don't want to tear each other down. And you said it perfectly. We all have problems. We all have issues. And the way we deal with issues and problems may not be the best. But at the end of the day, we are part of a community, and in a part of a community is that we grow together, we learn together, and we, continue to try to be better. So that's the overall goal in everything. So hopefully we all continue to do that.
You heard it here, folks. Next time we'll do better. We'll do better next time. All right, folks, we are out of here. We see you next time.
All right, take care, y'all.